Hi guys, one of the questions that I come across quite a lot, which actually has nothing to do with journaling, it's the usual sort of thing on my channel, is maintaining dreadlocks. Dreadlocks by their nature tend to be quite messy and frizzy, and you get a lot of loose hairs like this here. And I get asked, well, how do you maintain it? What do you do? I see people on YouTube and they're going like this with a crochet hook, but what exactly do you do? So I am going to show you on a dread. I'm trying to find one that's a little bit messy, but at the end, so that I can pull it in for you. Let's do it on the end of this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and show you as best I can on the overhead video. Okay, so this is the end of one of my dreads, and as you can see, it's quite floofy. And this is an older dread. This is one of mine that I've had for a long time, and I've joined it in to my natural hair up here. So this is what all this grey is. This is my natural. This is an old dread that I cut out of my hair before it all went grey, and this is the colour of my hair now. So it's this that people are having an issue with. I'm just going to try and adjust the focus so you can. There we go. Okay. So what do we do? How do we, how do we, go to me there, how do we crochet this? So you want to hold your dread between your thumb and your forefinger like this, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your crochet hook. Now I personally prefer a 0.75mm crochet hook. Some people prefer a 0.5mm crochet hook. Whichever works better for you, okay? But it needs to be a small one. Now, when you're creating a dread, you will see, or when you see somebody creating a dread, they're going in and out of the lock really, really fast. That helps create the knots. Don't do this until you know what you're doing, all right? Now, you want to hold the dread between your thumb and your forefinger. I hold the hook. There's a flat piece on every dread. On every crochet hook, right, that tells you the size, and usually there's a brand name or something on the back. The hook will be in line with one flat edge. So I always do it that my thumb is the way the hook is pointing, so that I know which way it's going. Okay, I've dropped that dread. What did I do with it? Where's it gone? There it is, right. So what you want to do now is you want to go through the dread like so. See the hook? Yeah? And then this is where having it between your thumb and forefinger comes in handy. You want to scoop that hair into the dread like so. Right? It may not all go through. This is why sort of holding it helps. But you go in like that, and then you scoop it into the dread. Can you see that motion as you scoop it in? It's very hard to do this on camera and without my own fingers getting in the way. I'm also trying to get it so it's in focus. So you're going to come to here, you're going to scoop, sorry I'm hitting the camera.
Can I turn on the fan in the room?
In a minute.
Okay.
So that's my little boy. So you literally scoop it. Sometimes the hook will get caught. Just wiggle it, yeah, like this to pull it out. This is really hard to sort of keep this where you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm bent right over my desk. This is quite funny. So you go into the dread, just find the middle of it, into the dread like so. Then you angle your hook downwards to help scoop in that hair. Sometimes you'll put it all the way through, especially if it's a longer dread, and then other times you'll think, well, that didn't even go in at all. This is why I hold between thumb and forefinger, because then you can really sort of feel what the dread is doing. And as you pull it in, it will get tighter, like so. You see this? This is where I've been pulling it in. So, hang on. You go in, scoop, and into the dread. In, scoop, and into the dread. In, scoop, and into the dread. Right? Don't forget, as you are working, to turn your hair. If you don't turn it, you're going to end up with locks that will twist and end up basically all over the place. So you must make sure as you're doing it that you turn the dread as you hold it. So you need to go in and scoop. Now most dread makers will tell you they have calluses on their hands because these little these little crochet hooks will pull your thumbs to pieces because you end up scooping it until you feel the crochet hook on your thumb. Okay, so it is in. Don't forget, hook is facing the same way as your thumb. Okay, so you go in, down to scoop, and then back up. It's that motion, as if you're painting. Yeah, so you imagine that the outside of your dreadlock is the wall. So you're going in until you hit the wall, which is the other side of your dreadlock. So you've gone through your dreadlock, hit the wall, you've painted down, and you've scooped back out. I hold between my two fingers and my thumb to give me that little bit of assistance. Now I've got one here where I've joined two together and it's not a great joint, so I'm going to see if I can show you on this. You see this lumpy bit. So what you would do is you would go in and scoop. Speed is something that comes with practice. Okay, it's not something you just have immediately got and can immediately do. It is something that will come as you get better at it. So you've got quite a lot of loose hair there. So you go in. If you find that actually, you know what, this hurts my bloody fingers and my thumb and all of that lot, rubber thimbles are the way to go. I don't use them because of the length of my nails, and I can't feel anything. Okay, so it's made it a little bit neater. I've got to rework that one, but there you go. So hang on a minute, please. So that is it. Hi. You go in, you scoop, and you pull back out. Always make sure number one. You can press number 1 on the fan. Okay. So always make sure the hook is facing towards your thumb because you will scoop towards your thumb. That's why you do it that way. If you're in there and and it doesn't feel like you're doing anything, check to make sure the hook is facing downwards towards your thumb. Okay, so that it is like that. So my thumb is on the bottom and the hook is facing down. Okay, and then you just hook like that. It's also useful if you've got bumps like this and you don't like them. You can use this method to help pull your lumps and bumps in. Personally, I love lumps and bumps. I think they give the hair a lot more character. I'm not as keen on, these are extensions that I had put in, I'm not as keen on these because there's no character to them. So that's why I put in a lot of my old dreads back in to give it a bit of colour and B, a bit of character. But yeah, that is basically how it is done. I will say, if you have dreads, it's a hairstyle you have to work at. It's not one you can just put in and then leave unless you like the messy look. I don't like all of this. This does my head in. So I try to maintain my locks on a regular basis. Some people go and have their dreads done, you know, every few months or so. I can't afford to do that. I have to do it myself. Plus also where I live makes it hard for me to get to see anybody who does dreads. There's nobody here where I live that does it. So yeah. either learn to do it yourself or find yourself a good loctician. If you decide to learn to do it yourself, be careful, because it can become addictive, crocheting your dreads. That sounds really silly, but it can, because you'll always want that nice neat look. If you crochet too much, you are at risk of weakening and breaking the dreads. Okay, so yeah, really try to be careful with what you do. If you hear tearing or snapping, then you've done it too hard and you've caused a breakage. And breakages will actually show up as even more frizz. So it's finding that fine line. I've had dreads for the past 10 years, so it's something that I've learned to do very, very carefully. Another thing you can do if you're not happy with the frizz, especially frizz up by your roots, you can get a dread and put your fingers together like that around it. Not super tight, okay? Then you get your other hand and also put the dread around like that. Then work in a circular motion. It will help tighten that up, and it will also help with any loose hairs. Like you see here, that root is quite loose. So what you want to do is you want to get this hand at the very, very base of the dread. Okay, so the dread and all the loose hairs are this side. Okay, and then you just work in a circular motion, and you should feel it start to tighten up. It will move slightly with this hand, the hand that's closest to your head, but that's okay, you want that. Okay, and you should feel it starting to tighten up under your fingers. And the good thing about this is you can move down the dread as you go, and it will help tighten it. And what it does is it wraps the loose hair around the actual dread. Let's get some of these out of the way. So I've only just recently done a load of maintenance. I'm doing this for Facebook really, but I think it's a bit knobbly, that one, isn't it? Let's do it. And it works with the knobbly bits as well. Okay, so you go in a nice round like this, and you'll feel it get tighter and tighter the more you do it. I always make sure when I do it that I go in the same direction on all of my hair, because you don't want to reverse the direction, because then you just undo everything that you've done. And then you've got a neater, tighter dread. Okay, if you're worried about breakages, that is one method you could use. And like I say, you can go all the way down your dreads doing this, and it will help tighten them up. It is not a permanent fix. It'll last a day or two, okay? But it's great if you're going to, you know, a job interview or something, and you just want to get rid of the halo frizz. It's great to just go round each dread to do it, to get them to look a little bit neater without risking breakages or anything like that. I really hope you found that informative. If you have any questions, if you think I've left anything out, if anything wasn't clear, please do leave it in the comments down below, and I will do my best to answer your questions. A thumbs up would also be really, really appreciated. If you click the book in the corner, you'll be subscribed, and if you hit the bell that then appears down below, you'll be notified when I upload new content. I really, really, really appreciate you joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy, guys.